What is up? I know y'all wondering, like, why is he in the dark? I am in the dark. I'm not in the dark. I'm just trying out different lighting scenarios. Um, just trying out different lighting scenarios. Trying to see how I can, make myself, you know, pop a little bit more. All right. I want to welcome you all to another for lighting scenarios edition. Trying to another edition of Just My Thoughts. Well, I'm not. I ain't stealing music, so not worried about me doing that. So I am gonna jump in this raw. I'm gonna jump in. How was y'all day today? My day was good. Um, got some things done. Got some things done that needs to get done today. Finally got a chance to get back to work. Um, this rain every day can really put a hindrance on things, but God is so good. No matter how much rain keeps showing up and whatever, he keeps sending me, more and more. So it keep the lights on, and I appreciate it so much. A lot of things we probably take for granted, but man, we really shouldn't. Uh, like I said, just my thoughts. Look out, today's topic: what's cheating? What's cheating? Um, you would think that that would be an easy question to answer, but cheating is different for everybody. Cheating is different for everybody. Uh, we probably would you want to think or ask why it's something so easy and everybody knows what it is. Why is it that it's such an issue? It's a sin. Sin is easy to do once you get used to it, once you get comfortable with it. Uh, what I will say, let me get started first with start off with a prayer. God, thank you for assembling us to get it together today. Lord, we ask you that anything that is done with your name involved shall be blessed. Lord, I ask you to forgive us of our sins, Lord, and walk with us and talk with us and show us the way, Lord. Please, Lord, help me provide something that may help someone going forward. I ask forgiveness of all my sins, but do it all in your darling son, Jesus' name. Amen. What up, nah? What up, bro? Uh oh man. I have never been married. Never been married. Um I cannot say or attest to, I can only go by what my knowledge of what cheating is. Okay. But I was told this a long time ago that unless you are married, unless you're married, you can't cheat. Uh, because there is no covenant, there is no legality involved. Um, that's what I was taught. And for a while, I believed that. For a while, I believed it because I'm like, man, boyfriends, girlfriends come and go. Husband and wives is not. That's the covenant. Um, but if you look at it from that standpoint, if you look at it from that standpoint, what up, what up, what up, what up, Drone? If you look at it from that standpoint, that means you need to take everything that you do with the same seriousness. Um, like I said, I have never been married, so but I also do know even if I'm not married, I've had a girlfriend to cheat on me. I've had a girl that wasn't my girlfriend to mess with another guy and it hurt. So I'm going to say cheating is when you step outside of something that you have already said that someone you wanted to be with or what have you, and they go in a different direction. That's that's cheating. If you would do some if it's something that you would not do with someone else or something else, because it doesn't just have to be a person that you could cheat with. You can have a love food. Well, instead of cleaning up, you decide to eat, or instead of doing what you're supposed to do, you went to sleep. So cheating can really involve a whole list of other things. It really can. You can cheat on somebody with a lot of stuff. Uh, like I said, what I want to do is I just want to hear a lot of different scenarios or what other people think about cheating. Some people, hey, cheating is you're not if you're giving your body, that's nothing. You give up my money to somebody else, that's cheating. You waste my money, that's cheating. You waste my time, that's cheating. You waste, I mean, anything that's not 100% yours that could be considered cheating. Um, Using something against someone that could be considered cheating. We cheat on God all the time. Yeah, when you do something that you know ain't right against someone who has nothing but love for you, I'm gonna say that's gonna be the general message of cheating. Um, what y'all think? What y'all think? Uh, y'all call in 832-919-6009. What is cheating? What is cheating? Um, why is cheating so prevalent? Why is cheating? And we're gonna go in the regular sense of man, woman. Why is it so easy? Why is it so easy? Why are so many people doing it? Why is it that we cannot control ourselves? Why is it that we could say we love and care about someone so much, but then turn around and hurt them? How is that? Why is that? Um, what's cheating? Tell me, what's cheating? What's your definition of cheating? What's your definition of cheating, and why is it so easy to do? Why is it that we can't just say, "I'm not going to do that," and don't do it? Some people can. Some people can. Um, I remember I used to ask, as my friends got married and all of that, and I would ask the question, "Cheated yet? You cheated yet?" That's a hell of a thing to ask somebody. And because, men, you know, we talk crazy like that. Look at answer. No, 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 not yet. I wanted to, but I ain't doing nothing. I ain't doing nothing. They're like, man, why is it so easy, or why is it such a thing to just have a conversation about? I don't know. I don't know why. I mean, because cheating doesn't help anyone. You might you might feel like you a big man or a big woman if you feel like you're getting away with something. Sure is. You know, it's you're not helping anything by cheating. You're not helping anything by stepping out of a relationship. Break going against a relationship, going against a commitment, going against uh, a thought or something you put with someone and said we're gonna do this. Man, look, if you say you're gonna start a business with someone and then they come in and you doing business with somebody else, that's cheating. Wars have started behind cheating, so to speak. Oh, you're supposed to be an ally of mine, and here you are over here talking to this other person, place, or thing. That's cheating. Nah, I don't want to fool with you. We have got to do better. I'll say that. I'll say that at first. I would say that at first. We got to do better. We're better than that. I will say this. I hope to get married one day still at 55. I still hope to one day get married. And I would hope that when I do, that the person that I'm with doesn't feel the need to cheat on me. And I would hope that I'm not going to feel the need to want to cheat on them. Um, because it hurts. It's painful. It's destructive. It has all types of repercussions that go on and put doubt and trust in yourself and all kinds of stuff for for a time to come. So I don't know. What's cheating? What's cheating? Come on. Call in. Let me hear from you. 832-919-6009. What is cheating? Also, what I'm gonna do, man, I got a video that I'm gonna bring on the screen. I got a video that I'm gonna bring on the screen and I'm going to share with you all, man. It was powerful. It was powerful. Um, it's like about 10 minutes long, so I'm gonna put it at the end. I'll put it at the end and let everybody who wants to watch it check it out. But I wanted to get this first part done. Here we go. Talk to me, man. Like Jay-Z. Yo,
Dr. Hall.
what's going down? What's going down?
Oh man, you got a hot topic here, man.
Hey, I try to bring y'all my best, man. I try to bring y'all my best.
Oh well, this might bring some of the worst because this this is a controversial topic, but
Yeah.
I'll try to navigate through it as carefully as possible.
Okay.
And let me put out a disclaimer first. The views and opinions that I'm about to express are not a reflection of my situation or anyone that I know personally.
Mm-hmm.
I want to put that disclaimer out there. These are just things that I observed, even going back to my childhood, growing up. There's just certain things that I've observed about, the behavior of adults,
Okay.
and some of it is actually reflected in what I've heard in songs, believe it or not,
Yeah.
what I've seen in movies,
Mhm.
and even what I've seen on television, which brings me to my main point. The reason why I always say that you're not really cheating unless you're married is because I used to be a big fan of that show. Remember that show, Cheaters?
Yeah.
I couldn't wait for it to come on. And I would watch every week, and I was always like, "Oh man, what's going to happen? What's going to happen? What's going to happen?" And it kept me on the edge of my seat. Then after I watched it, for a while, I started realizing that a lot of these people that come on this show embarrass themselves and someone else in a public forum,
right?
Because they think that they have a committed relationship, and it may be some form of a commitment, but they're not married.
Mm-hmm.
And so for me, it's like, okay, well, if you're not married, why are you coming on the show? That doesn't make sense to me. You are not being cheated on. Now, you could say that person is being unfaithful, or they've been dishonest.
Okay.
You can even go so far and say that that person is a two-timer. But, and you expressed it very well when you said covenant. There's been no covenant put in place, and there's no legalities tied to your relationship. So if you are with somebody and that person can exit your life and there are no repercussions to that, you can just both go your separate ways and have no further obligations to one another, then I can't see how you can define the relationship as you have as something to where you can say, I've been cheated on.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's just my opinion, of course. You can kind of maybe get particular and say, well, maybe if you're living with someone, there may be some repercussions, but not much.
Other than having to get out.
You can maybe, yeah, you can, and we've seen that.
Uh-huh.
Or you could say that maybe if you're engaged to somebody, because that is a form of a commitment, I'll give you that.
Right.
But if you have sex with somebody and you like the sex and you find yourself, going back to one of your previous shows, falling in love with that person, that does not mean that that person automatically should be faithful to you.
Oof.
Now, where it gets kind of tricky, and I really don't know because I don't know how other people operate, I don't know what has been communicated to that person. I don't know what one person might have said to another.
Mm-hmm.
I'm just speaking from what I've seen. Now, if you're somebody that's going around telling somebody, oh, you're the only one, and oh, I'm going to be faithful to you, I'll never, and then you turn around and do it, well, that's kind of wrong of someone to actually put someone through that.
Right.
Is that necessarily cheating? Not really, but it's definitely dishonest, and it's something that I think shows a lot about a person's character.
True.
If you don't have any intentions on being operating in good faith with someone, don't tell them something just to be telling them that so that you can get in their pants. Don't do that. Just be honest and straight up with them.
True.
But I think the problem has always been that for some men, they feel like the only way that they can get certain women is if they make promises to them, promises that they really have no intention on keeping.
Mm-hmm.
But they use that as a means of getting that person, physically, but they never really have any intention on being committed or being faithful.
No lies detected here. I got you. Yeah, you can. I have been guilty. I have been guilty of that. I have been guilty of that, and I can assure you that, like I said, I was told this a long time ago. My uncle told me that, and I was like, you know what? You're sure right. That's almost like that gave me a pass to go out and do whatever I want to do because hey, I ain't married to you. I can do whatever I want to do. I changed my mind. You changed your mind. I changed my mind. But
Right.
you know, it's not right. It's not a right thing to do.
Mhm.
It's not, your integrity is shot or ruined with that person, but uh,
Mhm.
you know, that's not a good or decent thing to do to people. But
Right.
I mean, if there is no covenant there, you know, if you can get up and leave, take your stuff, and it's a wrap, and ain't nothing, you ain't got to worry about nothing else the next day. You know.
Right.
Well, how about this one? Well, you got people who are taking this boyfriend girlfriend thing really, really serious and killing up people behind it.
Right. Right.
You know,
Yeah.
like,
And I've seen that happen,
yeah,
and it's really tragic because your work should not be tied to another person. You should have your own self worth, and you cannot basically base your life on someone else, especially if you don't have a covenant in place or something that's really solid. But what happens is that you got a lot of people that operate off of their feelings
mm,
and their emotions, and they don't have the maturity
mm,
to really grasp what's taking place. So everything is just based on what they're feeling and what they're going through. So if they like someone or they love someone, oh, it's the greatest feeling in the world. But if that person hurts them, oh, it's the worst thing in the world.
right,
And I'm sitting up there and like, well, and this is the other part of it that I always find interesting. People actually are surprised when that happens to them. That part of me gets me more than anything. When you have all of these, everybody knows somebody that has been cheated on or been unfaithful with, or everybody knows somebody. Like I was saying earlier about the music, how many songs have you heard where that's the theme of the song? Especially if you listen to blues, there's so many blues records made about cheating is unreal. You don't even have to go through a whole. You can just listen to Johnny Taylor. Johnny Taylor tell you everything you need to know about the whole essence of cheating.
Hey,
right?
Running out of lives.
But yeah, running out of lives.
Yeah.
You know, who's making love to your old lady while you're out making love?
Yeah.
Jody's got your girl and gone. All of those songs.
Right.
But people still act like, oh, it can't happen to me.
Mm.
It'll never happen to me.
Ooh.
And then they are blindsided when it does happen to them. That part of it, I kind of really don't understand because it's always possible that it could happen to you. And I'll take it a step further. And the way that I operate, I feel like it's my responsibility to keep my wife from cheating on me. I don't just make the assumption that she won't. It's my responsibility to make sure she doesn't. I operate under the premise of if I don't do it,
somebody else
will.
Yeah.
But you got people, you know, walking around like, oh, I can't believe it. I'm like, what did you expect? The dude hasn't been faithful to any other woman he's been with, or the woman hasn't been faithful to any other guy she's been with, and you think that you're different?
Ooh.
Come on, man.
Why not you? You know? Yeah. Say, man, you know what? What's so crazy? I was cleaning out my phone, you know, deleting messages and all of that. I do that every so often. And I came across some old text messages. And I'm like, oh, man, really? And I came across some old text messages. And I read some of the, you know, I didn't mean to hurt you. And I hope you can forgive me. And this wasn't my intent. I'm like, man, you know, it can happen to anyone. No one is too big or too small. And then when you go back and you think about some of the conversations, and it will show you, well, that was this person's track record. That's what they do.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Some people, and I know that being as wise as you are, I know you can do this. You could look at somebody. You can even have a conversation. You can have one conversation with somebody,
Oops.
and probably
Yep.
know all that you need to know about their character.
Yeah.
Especially men, we can look at a dude and say, this dude here ain't, he ain't gonna do right.
Yeah.
Just by looks alone.
Look,
and I mean, I know we shouldn't
they
stereotype like that, but it's the truth.
They call it discernment now. They got a new word for it, discernment. They call it discernment now.
Right.
Man, please, you got it. Ain't discernment, but it is discernment. But it ain't nothing new about it. That's all I'm saying.
Right. And I'll tell you what else gets people caught up, and that's this whole feeling of ownership. They feel like if they're with somebody, they have possession of that person. Like, you're mine. You're my woman. You're my man. I own you. So therefore, if I own you, nobody else should be entitled to you. But
that's not true.
How can you declare ownership when, like we were saying, you haven't put anything in place to make that claim other than maybe your word or maybe a few actions? I bought you this, or I took you here, or we did this. So therefore I own you. No, you don't know. You gotta, do something a little more than that.
Hey.
At least in my opinion, but people get caught up, and this is both men and women. They get caught up in that ownership aspect of it, and I think that's the part that hurts more than anything. Because let's be real, I mean, sex is just sex, right? But it's that ownership part of it that really makes people feel like they've been hurt or violated, or that they've been done wrong, because they have bought into this notion that I own this person. This is my man. This is my woman. Nobody else can put their hands or whatever else on that person. That's mine. They haven't done anything in the way of putting a covenant in place to protect their ownership.
Hey, look, what's that song? Ann Nesbitt and Al Green, put it on paper. That's what you better do.
Oh yeah,
bro. You know what? And it's interesting. I mean, just thinking about what we're talking about. Even marrying someone does not mean that you won't be cheated on. That is not what's being said. That does not guarantee you won't be cheating on. What that does mean is, at least then you have a little more room to say, you did this and you shouldn't do that, but other than that, that's all you have. You got more room to talk. You got room to fuss.
Right.
You got room to complain when stuff goes wrong. You got room to fuss when things go wrong.
Yeah, but I think that if you're married, I do think that you are operating under the guise of good faith if you're married, right? And I don't think that it's out of the realm of possibility to expect for somebody who is married to expect their spouse to be faithful. Now, you could argue whether or not that's reality, but there's nothing wrong with having that expectation.
It should be.
But I would think so. But knowing what I know and seeing what I've seen, there's always a risk involved either way. But the only thing that you have to do is you make sure that you understand that as long as you've done the best that you can and you've done the things that you need to do to hold up to your end of the bargain, then you should be able to, at the very least, come away from it knowing that it wasn't me, it was that person.
Right. You know what? And thinking and having this conversation, I really, the next time, I plan on, going all the way with it. You know what I'm saying? Because it's funny that, when you meet people and they ask the question, you ever been married? You ever been engaged, or what stopped you from getting married? Why haven't you been? You know what? I want to go ahead and get married so I can say, I know it sounds silly, but at least to say that I did it, you know what I'm saying? I went all the way with it. I went all the way with it. And hopefully I could be married and stay married. I would love to come back. Huh?
So you gonna put marriage on your bucket list?
Say, man, you know what? Yes. Man, you know what? Yes. You know what? It ain't too late for me to get married and stay married for 20 or 30 years. I don't believe. I don't believe it's too late. You know, that'll give me till I'll be about 80, but you know, I really and truly, I really and truly want that. I remember telling my ex that we're gonna be together for the next 40 years because
right,
you know, that's what I wanted. Uh just never went all the way. Never went all the way with it. Something kept coming up. But we
right,
gotta be willing, you know, not to go off topic. We gotta be willing to do the right thing because it's the right thing to do. And if you if you legalize it, then like I said, you got room to fuss when something go wrong.
right. Well, understand this, and Cliff, you're a businessman, so you can definitely understand this. Marriage is a partnership,
Yes.
and just like in business, you don't want to go into a situation with someone and they are not going to be a good partner,
Mm,
right?
right.
You don't want to do that. I mean, I know you know that I'm quite sure you would never do that. You would never go into business with someone when you know that they're not going to operate in good faith.
Right.
And that's the thing that I think a lot of people get caught up on is because they think that it's about, oh, I'm in love and I've fallen in love. And when I see you, the sun is shining and the
Mm,
grass is green. And, when we make love, it's the best I've ever had. And now all of a sudden you're thinking that this is the person you want to be married to. But you got to look at their other characteristics and look at that and say, is this person capable of being a good partner? That's what you have to look for. And then you have to also ask yourself, is with this person, what they're going to bring to my life, is it going to be mutually beneficial? That's the questions that you need to ask, but a lot of people don't do that. Everything is based upon their feelings, and it's easy to get caught up.
mm. Yes, it
And
is.
then you find out later that you've made a big mistake because you're with someone who is operating or not operating in good faith, and they don't have your best interest at heart.
Say, man, you are 100% correct on that one. I know. Uh, yeah, ain't nothing like getting your feelings hurt behind somebody who didn't do what you thought they should have done. But that's all an assumption. Here you go. Yeah,
Right.
sometimes think of position. You know, it's you have to do the right thing because it's just the right thing, and there's nothing you can. I mean, just being honest, there's nothing that anyone can do to stop someone from cheating or going outside of that relationship. There's nothing anyone can do. The only two people got control of that are the people involved, the parties involved.
Right.
And I mean, all you can do is the best that you can do. That's all I can think of that goes in there. The only thing you can do is the best that you can do because you can do your best and still get got.
Right.
You know.
This may surprise you, but this is something that I've seen happen. I've seen people who reacted more strongly to being cheated on, and they weren't even married, than people who were married.
Yep.
Isn't that crazy?
You got
I've seen
people,
lose their minds.
hey man, you got people who have took the lives of the other person that they weren't married to.
Right.
That they weren't married to.
And I've seen married people work through their differences and kind of come to common ground and actually maintain their marriage. I mean, it's not an easy thing to do, but I've actually seen people work through it in a mature way. Not saying, again, it's not saying it was easy, but with the understanding of this is the covenant that I've made with this person. And if nothing else, I'm going to hold that up versus just destroying and wrecking everything because they made a bad decision and slept with somebody other than me. Now, that's easier said than done, but I've seen that.
Yeah, I have too. I have too. Yeah. Hey man, like I said, I just was looking at a video, and a lady, I don't know if it was his wife or what have you, but she was outside talking to some dude. I guess she had been cheating, messing around with the guy she's outside talking to. A car pulls up, driving fast. It's like he didn't even put the car in park. He busting out the window. Pow, pow. People they took off running. He got out, didn't put the car in, didn't park the car. He jumped straight out, running behind him, shooting at him. And I'm like, wow. Yeah. You know, is it ever that, welcome to the show, what's this, Taurus the Good Witch? Okay, how you doing? Is it ever that serious? Is it ever that serious to where you want to take someone's life because your boyfriend or girlfriend decided to do something else? I know it hurts. I know it may hurt.
Yeah.
I know it may hurt. I know it. At that point, you can't think of anything else that would hurt more than that. And you want revenge. Right. And you want revenge. But killing somebody is not the answer.
Right.
Killing someone is not.
You know, you know what happens in some of those, it's more so with men than with women. I think with women it's more emotions, but with men, it's all about the ego, right? Now watch this, Cliff. If you was to if someone was to give you a list of the reasons why men do what they do, ego sums up pretty much everything in that list, right? That same ego that will cause you to step out and do things, that need to feed your ego, that need to feel like you're this, that type of person. That same ego that will allow you to do that is that same ego that gets booed when it happens to you.
Yep. Yeah.
Some of the worst guys, the ones that tend to crash out the most are the ones who are doing the most dirt. Now, if I'm wrong, someone, please respond, or, whether they call in or type something in the comments or in the chat. But I really do feel like the ego is tied to a lot of the behaviors exhibited by men, whether they're cheating or whether they're being cheated on.
You know what? I'm gonna agree. I gotta agree with you. It is. Hold on. Let me see this. Let's see what Taurus the Good Witch says. Cheating can be emotional or physical. A lot of relationships start by sneaking behind your partner's back and texting, meeting, etc. Okay, in her opinion, yes. Yeah, that is how cheating. That's a good part. You know what? I agree with what you're saying. For men, yeah, ego has a lot to do with it. Uh, when a man, and I'm speaking from just my own, uh, speaking from my own uh, understanding of this, and I could be wrong, just my opinion. You're right, because when you feel like that's my woman, she have her nerve to go and cheat on me. What? I can't believe she would cheat on me. Why not? That's nothing but ego talking. That's nothing but ego. What do you mean you can't believe she would cheat on you? Why? A lot more greater men have been cheated on. A lot. I mean, it's nothing but ego. You know, you think what?
Yeah.
I bought her diamonds and pearls and dinners, and we shared all kinds of special moments, and the moments still are special. They just decided to do something else. I'm laughing. I'm laughing right now, but it ain't funny. But it is kind of
Yeah.
humorous when you think of it, because that's nothing but ego. That ain't nothing but ego.
Right.
Women, on the other hand, even though women do have egos as well, women have egos as well, but a lot of the times, I'm not even going to say most, I'm going to say a lot of the times, it's more of an emotional thing, emotional tie, that I shared my body with you, and now you didn't have the decency to just tell me, hey, I don't like this no more, instead,
Yeah.
because here it is. You if you think you can just stand there and tell a woman, uh, hey, before you do it, look, I want to just come and be real with you.
Right.
Before I didn't want to just go out and mess with somebody else. I just wanted to go ahead and let you know I'd met somebody else. And if she don't hit your side, hey, and that's ego as well.
That's ego.
That's ego as well. So everybody has an ego, but most men egos are the first to trip when something goes horribly wrong. But like I said, the thing that I just feel so bad about is when someone loses their life behind a bad decision that their partner made.
Right.
You're right.
Yeah.
Some people are not happy with one person. Yeah. No one should have to lose their life or put in harm's way because the other partner or person in the relationship decided to do something different. Because believe me, I've had my feelings hurt to the point where I wanted to ride, and you know what? I'm crashing out. But something told me, God gave me enough sense to know, don't do that. Don't do that. Don't do that.
Right.
It ain't worth that.
Right.
Hey, the sun will come out tomorrow. The sun will come out tomorrow. It ain't that serious. But yeah, man. Oh wait, like I said, I've seen it. I mean, I know people who have lost their lives behind, foolishness like that. I've known, it, and there's just not enough that can be said about it, and especially in today's climate. Man, you got folks people are not, everybody got a gun. So, it ain't the good old days when your wife or your girlfriend would put poison in your food and slowly kill you. Them days is gone. Them days gone. People just shoot you straight up. So, we gotta, I mean, I don't even know. Do guys even beat women up anymore? Domestic violence, is that still a thing?
I think that it is.
Is it?
I know for a fact
Oh, okay.
that there are other cultures that do. I know that for a fact. And some cultures are worse than others. Some cultures are like, it's like life or death with them, like you're alluding to. So I definitely know that it's still a thing, and it's definitely prevalent in other cultures. And it's really unfortunate, I think, because no one should be subjected to that, no matter what they may have done. And
Well,
if
well, well.
oh boy.
Hey, you know what? Oh, no, you don't have a right to beat on nobody. You don't have a right to beat on nobody. I'm laughing because, but if you could it be look if somebody does something to hurt you physically, shouldn't you be allowed to defend yourself? Shouldn't you be allowed to defend yourself? I don't know, but that's just my twisted mind on how I think sometimes. Um,
Real, not to change the subject, but I want your opinion on this. What did you think about the situation with Sha'Carri Richardson?
uh, I believe she needs to go sit down. I'm sorry, she needs to go lay down on somebody's couch because that girl is just all over the place. She got way too much stuff going on instead of going and practicing running track. One minute she gay, the next minute she ain't. The next minute she wants to smoke weed. The next minute she wants to concentrate on this. The next minute next thing you want. But here it is. That's one of those. She's from what I'm seeing, just from what I don't know her personally, but for what I'm seeing, she's one of those women who will do something to you and then holler, he hurt me when you're the one that started it. That's
right.
That people like that need to be left alone. People like that need to be left alone.
I'll take it a step further, because the reason why I thought about that was you brought up the whole thing about domestic violence, right?
Mm-hmm.
So what you have in some cases is, you got men, and this is how we all should be as men. We should not put our hands on women. Let's put that out there, right? But you have some women that know that you won't put your hands on them.
Yeah.
So they want to, step over that line and get physical with you, knowing that you're not going to put hands on them. And what's interesting about that whole situation with her is that, he kept his cool. He didn't let it bother him. And she's all in his face. And he didn't hit her, even though some could argue that if he did, it would have been justified.
Mm-hmm.
But because he kept his composure, she got arrested. Mm-hmm. And even after that, he still kind of stood up for her and, felt like, it wasn't right what took place. But that's how things have changed over the years, going back to, from when we were little and now growing up and now that we're men. There's a point in time where domestic violence was a big issue. Now it's almost like the script has been reversed to where, you got more women, that are instigating the situation than men, because men know, if we do, we going down, especially if we have something that we're trying to protect, right?
Like our head or our face. Yeah.
Yeah.
Hey, this reminds me, I was going to Houston Community College, and me and my girlfriend two wrongs don't make a right. Me and my girlfriend at the time were going through some stuff. She was doing some stuff that she shouldn't be doing, whatever. And so I was walking her to the bus stop, and we got into an argument. She ain't like something that I say.
Right.
Because I was always gonna
Yeah.
say something. Anyway,
Right.
so we going, and she had an umbrella. And so with this umbrella, she went to hitting me upside my head and my own. I'm blocking. We at the bus stop.
Yeah.
And she hit me with the umbrella. And
Right.
she hit me so many times with this umbrella because she was wham, wham, wham. I said, wait a minute, hold up. And smacked her. Because you ain't finna keep hitting me with this umbrella. You ain't finna beat me.
Yeah.
You're not finna beat me at the bus stop. So,
right.
Thank you, Tars. Thank you. I see that. You're not finna keep beat me. And right as I smacked her, Metro police pulled up.
Oh man.
Oh man. They got out. Hey, come here. Handcuffed me. Another police car pulled up right behind him. Yeah, we taking him for we saw him hit that girl. The police car that pulled up, the second police car that pulled up said, well, if you taking him, you taking her. Because when we passed by the first time, she was wearing his ass out with the umbrella. So she hit him first. I said,
yeah,
thank you. So here we are downtown in jail. She in a cell, I'm in a cell. Dudes in there trying to holler at her. I said, man, that's my woman, man. Hey, man, you gotta leave my woman alone. Yeah. And I'm in there, we just got in there fighting. Yeah. Like I said, crazy. But yeah, you know, some women who think if I had a daughter, I would tell my daughter, don't put your hands on no man. Walk away. I don't care how mad you are.
Right.
Walk away. I tell my son, hey, say boy, you're too big to put your hands on a woman.
Yeah.
You're too big. Too big. If you hit somebody, boy, you going to jail. I'm telling you. So walk away. Walk away. And no matter how much pain, how disrespected you feel, walk away. Walk away.
It'd be like what happened with Jonathan Majors. Jonathan Majors got out and started running.
Yeah. Yeah. And still went to jail.
I'm gonna make sure and still
he running and still went to jail.
He's like, let me get away from this crazy, you know what? He took off running. They got surveillance of him running.
Yeah.
And he still won the case.
And he still went to jail. That's the part that's so crazy. And still she was allowed to file charges on him and all that. I'm like, wow. That is like, that's amazing. Well, Jerome, look out, man. Thank you, man, for calling in. Trevor, I see you tried to call. I told you to call back, but you didn't. So I guess you ran out of what you wanted to say. Taurus the Good Wish, thank you. She says everyone goes through things, but don't cheat. If you're not happy and can't work it out, just be straightforward and talk them. This isn't working, and go on your way. You're 100% correct. It's too easy just to leave, man. Leave. Talk about it in the morning. Give it a couple of days. Let the temperatures come down. Whatever. We got a new caller. Let's see what's going on. Yes, ma'am. Welcome to the show. Okay, she hung up. All right. Look out, y'all, man. I appreciate y'all for tuning in with us this week. Thank you all. Hey, as I said before, man, like it, share it, subscribe. I need to get the numbers up, y'all. Peace out.